continuous hours of drinking, I'm just not into it.
But you're also old. So when you were younger...
I've seen so many tears. I felt like the whitest girl. And you know what? I loved it.
I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of First Date with me as your host, Lauren Compton. This show is to find out what it's like to date the person in the hot seat and find out what their red flags are and if they have an opportunity for a second date. Are they dateable? We're going to find that out. Today, my guest is a stand-up comedian. He's an author. He's the host of the podcast Your Mom's House and Two Bears, One Cave, Tom Segura.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Love what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
It's very nice.
I like it a lot.
I do too.
I think it's pretty swanky.
It's very nice.
So I'll go ahead and tell you
Okay.
how we're going to do this. I have a
Please.
menu of questions.
I'm very excited.
I've got appetizer questions. So we'll get into like some easy stuff.
Okay.
Then we got main course, gets a little meatier. And then we'll end with a dessert question.
Okay.
And then I'm going to point out your red flags and keep score.
Okay.
So
We'll see.
we'll get started with my
Can't
favorite little first one.
Okay.
I have some appetizer questions. What do you do to relax?
Watch a bio on Ted Bundy or
Heavy psychological murders.
No, I mean my hobbies. I'll give you my hobbies right now.
Okay.
So I definitely enjoy like watching movies, things like that, relaxing at the house. I work out almost every day. I would say I'm an auto enthusiast. I like cars. I like going to the track with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting my pilot's license, so I've been
Wow.
flying somewhat regularly. It's hard with the tour, but the tour's over, so I've been working on doing that. And so that's kind of the hobbies that I have outside of the home, which is, you spend most of your time at home.
Flying sounds kind of scary. You don't have any room to fail.
Well, here's the thing that I've been flying helicopters, not planes. And the thing about a helicopter flying is that you're always a few seconds from dying.
So you take the people you don't really like with you.
I mean, there's no point where you just let go of things and go, now we're flying. Like you're always engaged. So it's kind of exciting. And I flew in something so fun yesterday that we went fully vertical in a chopper on it. It was nuts.
That sounds pretty cool.
So yeah, it was fun. It was
Do you
really
drink
fun.
alcohol? Not when you fly, but just in general?
I'm a very light drinker. So I would say in the last week I've had 2 drinks. So I'm not
That's
a big.
pretty good. What do you drink when you drink?
I had we had friends at the house, and one of them made a spritz, a Campari spritz.
Oh yeah.
So I had one. I didn't like. He made the other one too. The Aperol.
Aperol spritz.
That was much better.
It's a very white girl drink.
That was. I felt like I felt. Let me tell you something. I felt like the whitest girl. And you know what? I loved it.
Is that did you only have one?
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't do that. I wish I could. I feel like it's like opening a bag of chips. I just can't have
I think
one.
the thing about me and alcohol is that it has to be. I don't like morning, day. It has to be evening, and I think the circumstance, like it either has to be this meal goes great with this, or we're really like turning it up tonight. Like we are here at this party, and like let's just go for it. But just like continuous hours of drinking, I'm just not into it.
But you're also old. So when you were younger, did you used to drink a lot when you were younger?
I mean, I maybe more, but I never was look, I've always had a night or two every year and continue to do where I like get hammered. I'm not saying like that still happens,
Yeah.
where you just go crazy with drinking. But when I was younger, I probably had more nights like that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, let's drink every day. I was never a daily drinker.
When you would go on dates with people, did you feel like alcohol would give you liquid courage and
Not really. I mean, Yeah, I remember one. Here's actually, I should say that I'm definitely not that guy. Is that I remember I got somebody told me I want you to go out with this girl. Told her, so I call her, and I'm young, not old now. Like I was like 21, 22 maybe. And I call her and I was like, hey, let's, you want to go out Friday or whatever. She's like, yeah, I know this area we can go and get drinks. And I was like, okay. And she was like, and she kept bringing it up. I was like, Jesus, like, do you think there's enough drinks in this area for you? Because it sounds like all you want to do is drink.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you're kind of a dick.
Calling her out on her shit.
I called her out within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like we hadn't even gone out. And then I was like, whatever, like, well, I don't know. I get off later. And then she was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to go out with you. And I was like, well, why don't you go get drunk with someone else then? And I just hung up like that. Yeah.
I just completely
Yeah, I was
canceled
like,
that.
whatever. Yeah. And then my friend was like, dude, she was gorgeous. I was like, I don't care. She was a loser. So, like, yeah.
Do you get jealous easily?
I wouldn't say super easily. I mean, I insecurities like anybody else, but I don't think I'm like a possessive, super jealous dude.
So besides ditching a girl and being like, I'm not going on this date with you, if you were out on a date, have you ever ditched a girl or had like a exit strategy if a date was going really bad?
Man. I mean,
I like where this is going.
I remember these ones make me feel bad though, right?
That's okay. I'm ready to call out a red flag.
You are? Okay. No, I do remember one time that I was in here's two quick ones. Once I was on a cruise and
That's a red flag.
that's a red flag. But I was in college. So it was our spring break cruise.
Okay.
And I went to I was drinking a lot.
Uh-huh.
The spring break.
I get it. No.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It was gross. And I kind of, made out with this chick. Hooked up. By the way, so I've had this conversation. Does hook up for you mean slept with or just means anything happened?
I think if you hook up with someone, you have sex.
Okay, I thought that too. And then I realized that, that there's some people who are like, I hooked up. And you're like, oh, you guys, you banged? And you're like, no, we just hooked up. I'm like, wait, what? Like, I thought that means...
Like you high-fived?
Yeah, like what the fuck? They're like, oh, we made out. And I'm like, what? So, all right. So we're in...
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't hook up. We just like made out and fooled around and
messed around.
Messed around. So we messed around, and she wasn't that great. So, so the next day, I was talking to somebody else who was way better, and
that was fast.
And she was like standing by, and I just acted like I couldn't see her.
Oh my gosh.
And she just stood here, and I just kept going like, yeah, so.
That's like an in-person ghosting.
Yeah, then I was like, why don't we go over here? And then we just like
walked right by her? Oh my gosh, that's some trauma for her.
Yeah. And then she like kind of kept appearing at the places I would be at, and I would just be like, I would just turn, and I never made eye contact. I just was like, I don't see you.
Yeah.
So that was pretty bad. But I was drunk and 22. Another time, I was at a bar in LA, and it was dark. It was like a cool vibe, and this girl approached me. Again, I'm like 22 or 23 years old. Approached me and was very forward and like flirty, and asked for my number. Right. Mm-hmm. Which I was like, wow, that's pretty like bold. And, it was cool the way she did it. So I was like, yeah, I gave her my number. She called me the next day and was like, just, talking about what do you want to do? You want to do something this Friday? And I was like, sure. So I go to pick her up, and I was like, damn, it was dark in that bar. Like, it's not, this is wild. So I was immediately like, the fuck do I do? So she was like, let's go to this party. Let's go to this bar. Let's go, and I'm like, I'm trying to do the exit strategy.
Right.
I'm trying not to be like, I'm not going to leave her on the 405. I want to, but I'm not going to. So I just kind of like, I drive, and I just kind of shut down. Like, you don't want to keep, even if you find the person cool, if you're like, this is not going to go anywhere, you don't want to like keep engaging, like
Right.
making her laugh or like I'm having like pretend.
You don't want to let her think
You're
that
having a
you're
good time.
interested.
Exactly. So the only thing I did was just kind of like shut down. Like I just turned into an Uber driver. I was like, you know, you want me to turn it up? You know,
That's a red flag.
yeah. Okay. So
Blast the music so she can't speak.
yeah, I was like, you know, the voice is the best part about you, and it's not great. So
Dang.
yeah, when I find, you know, I did the spots. It was somebody had a party, and then I take her back to her place, and I was like, well, at least, you know, I got here. The whole thing was like, just get back to dropping her off.
Yeah.
And then she was like, do you want to come up? I was like, nope. And then hard no. And then she leaned in to kiss, and I gave her my cheek.
Oh.
But that's not misleading. That's a very clear message. And then
No, that's a direct, I'm not interested.
yeah, exactly. Which I wanted her to know.
Right.
So I did that, and then I was like, you know, you don't owe me for gas. Just get the fuck out. So, so no, you know, I dropped her off, but I didn't like abandon her. I took her back.
That's
to her.
nice of you. We're moving into the main course questions.
Okay.
So, what does make it great for you when you go on a date? What's the...
Man, I mean, it's almost like saying, like, for me, how do you describe what great chemistry is? Like, because the thing is, like, that was the whole thing about dates is like you go, you know, you whatever, you order a couple drinks, some food, and then you start talking. And I think a great date is like you forget how much time has gone by, right? You're just lost in conversation. It's great to have some similar interests. Like I was big on that. I was talking about that recently about how like, well, I mean, if you don't have any similar interests, I don't think it's going to be a great relationship. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to line up on everything. But like if you're like, we don't like the same music, we don't like the same movies, we don't like the same activities, we don't like the same vacation. Like you have to have something that aligns or a few things.
Yeah.
And then there's like that thing that's like kind of magical, right? Like in the air where you just go like, I think you go like, I just want to keep talking to this person. That's great chemistry. I want to keep talking to you, you know?
But what if the girl is like a 10 out of 10 smoke show, but you have no chemistry?
That question is a great one. And the answer is, how old are you when this happens? Because at 21, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to take this 10 out of 10 all over the world until the fucking brakes fall off. You know, like,
Yeah.
you just don't care. At my 44-year-old ass right now, I'd be like, there is not a chance in hell. I don't care. Because it's not enough. Yeah, I've lived too much and know
Yeah.
too much to know that as gorgeous and perfect as she might be, it's not worth it. Like I'm going to be exhausted immedially.
Yeah.
Like I can't. What's that? Someone said once, I can't isolate the hotness. In other words, like you being super hot is not enough.
Right.
It's not enough. It's not enough for a relationship. Sure, like I'll split your ham for a night, but I am not going to embark on a journey with you. And then the funny thing is, it's so associated with the way you see them. Like you go, the person who you were like, man, she's so gorgeous. Then somebody else says that and you're like, who, her? You're like, oh, no.
She's a shit person.
Yeah. And then you don't even see them as that attractive person anymore.
Yeah.
So without the chemistry and stuff, it doesn't matter if it's 10 out of 10. It doesn't matter. Like you have to be able to talk.
Have you ever been embarrassed on a date?
Oh, God.
Have you ever not been embarrassed on a date?
Probably not. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm pretty like self-aware and I think guarded, so that protects you from a lot of embarrassment. I'm trying to think of like, and I think my brain actually shelves those things, you know,
It's like blackout moments.
yeah, where I'm like, because I can't really think of like, oh, that was embarrassing. But you tell me one. Have you ever been embarrassed on a date?
Oh yeah.
Doing what?
Well, so I was watching porn before a date. You know.
So you were really gearing up for this date. God. This a first date?
No, it wasn't a first date.
Okay.
It was like a third date.
Third date, and you're like, I got to get ready for this date.
I actually like to do that so that I wasn't horny for
Oh,
the
really?
date. Yeah.
So you blast one out and then you go on the date?
Yeah. And then I'm like
Oh.
chilling.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like,
Interesting.
so
So then if you actually really like then he's really got to earn it. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So I realized I was late for the date and I shut my computer. And I took my computer on the date because this was also someone I was like writing with. And so I was like, oh, we're gonna write together. And when I got to Blue Bottle coffee shop in LA, just a normal coffee shop,
Yep.
I opened the laptop and it was just like pounding sounds.
Pounding sounds.
And I was so mortified that I couldn't move. I was just so frozen.
Yeah.
And the whole coffee shop heard it. So I shut the laptop, and for some horrific reason,
Yeah.
the sounds
Kept playing.
continued.
Yeah.
So I ran to the bathroom with the computer making noises all the way across, opened my computer, exited out of it, and I went back and I was beet red. I was so embarrassed.
It's mortifying. It's mortifying.
And I sit down with him and I'm like, so sorry about that. And he was like, it's fine. Do you want to go to my place?
Yeah,
Or?
yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't. And I never saw him again.
Okay.
I couldn't.
This prompted one. So
I'm glad that
yeah.
horror
Well,
story.
it did. No, you know what prompted it? It wasn't even like I was actually going to tell you because that happened to me with a cleaning lady coming in the house. And it wasn't a date, right? And and I did shut the laptop and it kept playing and it was horrible. But this one is kind of amazing. I did a play in LA. This is like years ago. I was like 22 and 23 years old. And this girl who I thought was really cute, who had come and seen me do stand up with her boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
Her boyfriend came, and so I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like I'd met her in an acting class. And
You really like these acting classes.
I'm telling you,
You go fishing, huh?
if you're in LA, it's fertile ground.
That's a red flag. You can't prey on actresses.
Yes, you can. They're all fucking zeros. So they're fucking the worst. So this fucking zero, she comes to my stand-up show, and I was a new stand-up, and then it was fine that her and her boyfriend come, and I go, I'm just, I'll see you class on Wednesday or whatever. Months later, I'm in this play, and I think I had just like told some people like in an email thread, I'm doing this play, and it had a 6-week run. And so one night she comes to watch the play alone, right? But whatever, like
She still has a boyfriend, Tom.
So she's watching the it's better than you think actually. She goes afterwards. She's like, "What are you doing afterward? Like, now that the play is over?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna go back." And she was like, "Do you want to like hang out or something?" And I was like, "Nah." And by the way, wait, let me tell you something. Gorgeous girl. And I thought she was great, but I was like, no, because what am I going to hang out with you and with your boyfriend? Like, I don't want to hang out with you guys. Like, I didn't find them to be the most inspiring couple. I'm just like, no. So, so then I go, and I just remember that it was after the play, and I was so hungry. Sometimes after a show, you're just like, I was so hungry. And I went and I got like a double bacon cheeseburger from like Jack in the Box. And I'm in my apartment just like housing this thing. And I'm like, oh. And then she calls me and I'm like, hello. And she's like, can I ask you something? And I go, yeah. And she's like, yeah. She's like, why didn't you want to come over? And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, just hungry. And she's like, oh, well, I was just at my place and just wanting to know why you wouldn't want to come and like hang out with me. And I was like, I don't know. I'm just hungry. Right. I didn't know what I was like. I'm hungry. So I then hang up, I eat my burger and I'm like, oh, it's like, I don't know. I'm like, I just don't know what to say about her. She calls me 2 weeks later and she's like, I got to tell you, this has just been sitting with me. She goes, do you not find me attractive? And I go, no, of course I find, like, she's a beautiful girl. I go, you're gorgeous. And she's like, so I go to your play and then I ask you to come hang out. and then you just wanted to eat a burger instead of spending time with me. And I go, well, you know, you have a boyfriend. And she's like, we broke up a while ago. And she goes, I was offering myself to you. And I was like, what? And then she used that expression, I was offering myself to you. And I go, I did not know that. I go, that was not clear. And I will come over right fucking now. And I did. I went over to her place. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was young. I was very young. Yeah.
Do you feel like dating essentially got easier for you once you got famous?
Well, I've never dated as a known person, you know, like I've been with Christina since I was 25.
Yeah.
So I've never been on a date. I'm sure there's parts of that would be easy, but I actually think that, I mean, I don't think I'll ever know. I think that that being well known is easy for like those, like, hey, would you like to go out? Quick thing.
Yeah.
But it's probably better, I think, for a well-known person to date someone who's like barely even knows who they are.
Yeah.
Doesn't even like, who are you? I didn't know. Like, that's probably better for a relationship, you know?
When you were dating Christina and you introduced her to your parents.
Yeah.
What did they think?
My dad fucking loved her so much because he met her at this, his brother was getting remarried,
Mm-hmm.
and I brought Christina to the wedding, and my dad would tease his younger sister a lot, and his sister was there, and he would like gross her out, you know, like do like booger stuff. He'd call her snots, things that mortified. She would be like, oh my, she was like this Southern lady. And so when she heard him say that, and then when we see her for the second time, my Christina goes, hi snots, like that, like greeted her by this nickname, which like everybody laughed. And then my dad was like, she's fucking awesome. Like and then Christina indulged him, you know, on his Vietnam stories and stuff. So he's like, I like her, buddy. She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loved, yeah. And my mom loved her too. I think, my mom is more like, you know, suspicious of people and probably, but like my dad was just totally all in right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so curious what a conversation looks like when you decide to have kids. What did that conversation look like?
Well, the funny thing is, it's probably not what most people expect, in that I was like, hey, I really want to be a dad before we were even married. So I was like 27. I was like, I want to have kids. She was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, we can't make $500 a month, you know? Like, what are you talking about? So, but I just thought that was, you know, the whole point of.
Well, it is.
Yeah. So I was just like, I remember when we were engaged, I was like, you want to have kids, right? And she was like, I mean, for her, she was like, I guess one day. We're not talking about like this year, right? And I was like, no, but like kind of soon, you know? And she was definitely more apprehensive, which I think is usually the opposite of that, right? Or like the woman goes, I want to have kids, and the guy's like, I don't know. So it was that. And then I do remember once, I think it was just this year where like things came together for work, things were going well, and I think she just felt settled, because the woman has to say like, I'm ready to do this. And
Yeah.
her just being like, hey, I'm ready to do it. I was so excited. To have kids. Yeah.
Well, I have a question from the sound booth.
Okay.
If Christina died, what would your move be?
What would my move be?
Like,
What do you
what
mean?
would you do?
Enjoy my life. I don't know. Like,
I feel like when I date someone and I'm really in love, I think I would just I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
you get over it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, you would,
All right, Tom, that's a red flag.
that's, you'd be fine. No. I mean, look,
Now I see why you guys wanted that question.
there would be tears, but you know, You got 2 kids. You gotta move forward.
The show must go on.
We're not gonna skip a podcast that week. We're gonna fucking.
Right.
We're gonna do our stuff. We got things to do.
What do you think is your best quality?
What is my best quality? That's tough, man. It's so, don't you find it so hard to answer that about yourself?
No.
No? What is your best quality, Lauren?
I think that I'm funny, and I think that surprises people.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's a good one.
I can make people laugh.
That's a good quality. All right, you win. I'm a really good listener with everybody like close to me, and I'm really good at paying attention to what people need,
Yeah.
and being engaged like that. I think that's a good quality.
I feel like sometimes good qualities can be double-edged swords too.
Yeah, because also you can in that case you can also not be paying it, and if they're used to you being engaged and paying attention, all of a sudden you don't. It feels deliberate or it feels cold, and so you also have to have like awareness about that.
Yeah. I'll go off on when someone is really down. I think that's one of my good qualities is I'm really
Lift
good
them
at
up.
finding the silver lining. But every now and then I can take it a little too far.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like fun and lighthearted, and then it's like just smacking it right back down by saying like one thing.
Oh, what? Yeah. Yeah, well, the thing is, here's the thing about that is that anybody who's funny has a little bit of a lack of impulse control on saying things. And that's why things are funny sometimes. They're funny because you didn't wait a moment to say it. You just said it. You
Right.
said, like the timing of it. So that's like anybody who's funny has said things and people are like, I can't believe you said that in that moment.
Yeah.
And that same exact thing that made you funny in that moment can make you hurtful in the next moment.
Yeah.
But if you go, well, I just will pull back, then you'll also pull back on the times when it's okay to say. So it kind of comes with it. Like
Yeah.
it is the other side of it. Like you're going to say things that you shouldn't have said sometimes if you're a funny person.
Yeah.
I mean, I've hurt so many people's feelings. Like devastated people, and seen so many tears, and like really, really hurt people. And I've just gone like, I'm funny.
I'm gonna carry that on with me for the rest of my life.
That's just you got to do it.
Yeah.
You can't stop saying it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because then you're not being true to yourself.
Of course,
We could
yeah.
talk about this all day for sure.
Yes.
So I'll end with my dessert question.
Oh, okay.
What is the sweetest thing you've ever done for Christina?
The sweetest thing I've ever done for her. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's funny because I always say I don't like to be surprised. I don't like surprises.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be surprised. I don't want a fucking surprise party, any of that shit. Like I've gotten really upset at that before. I'd be like, "Don't you fucking do that!" But one time I remember. I don't know if this is the sweetest thing I've ever done. I'm just coming to mind, but I didn't have her friend's information, so I got it from her phone. I knew her best friend, and then I contacted her best friend, and I flew her out to surprise Christina for her birthday. So I did it all like, behind the scenes, and I didn't have a ton of money at the time, so it was a whole thing, to pay for the plane tickets and all that, and make that arrangement. And that was fun to just see her get totally surprised like that. I mean, I've done a lot of gifts, I've given her cool. I like presents.
Yeah.
And like trying to figure out like the gift to give someone.
Yeah.
So I've done a number of them for her. And she's like, "Oh my God." She's never like that excited. But I've gotten her cool stuff. But I think like bringing somebody to see her that was like important to her was a good one for Christina.
That's so sweet.
Thank you.
Let's recap your red flags. All right. So we had 4 red flags.
4?
That's not that many.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not that I was expecting more, but we had 4. The first one is you went on a cruise in college.
Ugh. I know. And the thing is, I fucking hate cruises. I
Yeah.
mean, I've learned to hate them. My parents loved going on them, and they took us on a bunch. It was, in my defense, it was like, what are we going to do this spring break? And I didn't know, and it was kind of a way to not spend a crazy amount.
You don't have to justify it.
I want to,
A
though.
red flag is a red flag.
Okay.
You can't take it back. We get it. You regret it. Everyone who goes on a cruise usually regrets it. It's like a hat. Girls like regret wearing
buying
hats. You know what I mean?
hats. Yeah.
It's like just automatically
I
a
got
bad
a
decision.
fedora, and you're like, yeah,
Never. Then
lose that hat.
right.
Yeah.
Burn it. Second red flag. You blast music to avoid conversation.
With this dog that that I didn't want to connect with.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah, okay, fair enough.
Prey on actresses in acting classes. That's a red flag.
100%.
And then I think the final flag is just how easily you'd get over Christina's death.
Yeah, that one's bad.
Well, I mean, I think you're obviously worthy of a second date.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Love to have you back.
I would love to come back.
Guys, this was our first episode of First Date. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned. Tom, thank you for coming on.
Anytime. I can't wait to come back.
I feel like you're so easy to find, but
yeah, I'll be back.
Okay.
You'll see me around here.
All right,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
First date, baby.
Are you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date, I can't wait.
You told your mom about me?
Just say you're ready.
Delete my number.
First date.
Your parents are your roommates?
First date.
This week on First Date,
So fucked up to blast farts at yoga. I've never heard anyone do it.
you've smelt someone do it.
Oh, yeah. And that person is me.
Some people are into working out on their
What?
first date. I know, it's weird.
That's a red flag, right?
I mean, I would think so, but
Come to the gym with me?
I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
And we're back with another episode of First Date. Today, my guest is super exciting, you guys. He was born in Asheville, North Carolina. He was born on 4/20. He's into meditation, spiritualism. He's a comedian. You probably remember him from all the episodes that he had on Joe Rogan Experience, his episodes on Drunk History. He has his own podcast. He's also been on a Netflix special that he created called The Midnight Gospel. He's super funny. Let's welcome Duncan Trussell.
Hi. Hi, thank you.
Thanks for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So these are my first piece of merch.
Incredible.
You guys, I have martini glasses, and it says First Date with Lauren Compton right here. You can get them in the
Beautiful.
YMH store. I'm so stoked for this.
Me too.
It's actually really good.
It's
I feel like that's some
delicious.
ASMR.
Do you think the martini glass affects the taste, like in some weird placebo way? Like if you're drinking out of like a shitty martini?
Yeah, it tastes like pussy. That's exactly what it tastes like.
Wow, if only.
So before we get started, let me just preface you a little bit.
Okay.
So I have a menu here.
Yes.
This is our first date.
Okay.
I've got some appetizer questions.
Okay.
I've got main course questions.
All right.
And then a dessert question.
Okay.
There's no wrong answers, but I will call out your red flags.
Okay.
And I'll call out your green flags too. It's not a test.
All right.
It's just a fun little first date.
Okay.
So
Doesn't seem stressful at all.
we're going to start off with some appetizer questions. So being into spirituality, how do you feel about astrology?
There's a author, Robert Anton Wilson, a philosopher,
Mhm.
and he says the best thing to do when it comes to pretty much anything like astrology, the occult, magic, God, is to maintain a kind of agnosticism regarding it. In other words, let yourself believe it. Give yourself a day where you believe in astrology. So, for example,
Just one day?
Well, it's up to you. You can give yourself a year if you want. But in other words, like some people instantaneously reject shit like astrology, and who can blame them? It sounds absolutely batshit. But instead of just rejecting it, that's no fun. Make yourself believe it for a day, like intensely believe it that right now Mars is in Virgo, which is causing some reality to happen in your life based on planetary alignments. And then at the very least, you understand the world people who are convinced astrology is real exist in, which is super fun.
If you went on a date and a girl was super opposed to everything astrology, she wasn't very spiritual, she was atheist, how would you feel about going on a date with someone like that?
I would feel horrible for both of us. Like she's gonna she's gonna hate me, and like I'm gonna be annoying to her, and then I'm I wouldn't enjoy that at all. I'd feel, but I do love like authentic atheists versus like the atheist that feels like they're pushing back against religious, spiritual, the repression they experienced as kids. Though I do get that, but like my friends who are like true atheists, oh, it's the best to like go back and forth with them with all my spiritual bullshit. And like, I just really enjoy that interaction. So I guess it depends on the mood behind the atheism.
Right. Where is your idea of a perfect first date?
A perfect first date?
Yeah.
I think that's impossible to answer. Like, and maybe it's just because like I've been married for a while now and I have to think back to first dates. But in general, it's hard for me to summon that up, because what is the first date? Is it like going out to eat? Is that the first date?
I feel like a first date is your first outing, whether that's
Okay.
some people are into working out on their
What?
first date. I know, it's weird.
That's a red flag, right?
I mean, I would think so, but
Come to the gym with me?
what if it was yoga? What if it was a yoga studio?
Oh, nightmare. Nightmare.
Why is it a nightmare?
When I do yoga, like they bring out the blocks. Like they have to bring out like a whole,
You're like a master.
not a master. I suck so bad at it. Like they have to like raise my ass up and get like
Yeah.
people worry about me. It's like they bring out this stuff for like geriatrics for me. I'm not very flexible. So assuming like I like
Oh,
this
they're
person.
bringing out blocks for support.
Support, not like, oh my God, the master is here. Just like we don't want him to break his hip.
Right.
So they adjust. Yeah. So no, yoga would be a terrible first date for me.
Yeah.
I would hate it.
I always feel like I would be embarrassed to fart in a room like that around
Yeah.
a bunch of people. You could hear a pin drop in a
I
yoga
know.
room.
I know. It's so fucked up to blast farts at yoga. I've never heard anyone do it.
They've been silent. You've smelt someone do it.
Oh yeah. And that person is me because my my body, it's just like when the first time you do yoga, you're just squeezing out all the
You are.
poisons.
All the different twists and turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a toxic environment.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
How often do you exercise?
I'm going to be real honest with you. I just started going back to the gym recently and I love it. But so to answer that question right now, though, I fell off the wagon again. I was like in the loop. I was doing it. Right now, my wife is very close to giving birth, and I'm not blaming it on her because it's definitely not her fault. You could always go to the gym. But psychologically, I'm using it somehow as some pathetic excuse to not go to the gym. It doesn't make sense.
She's working out enough for the both of you.
I love it. I'll add it. I'll add it to the list of
Yeah.
like reasons I'm not working out.
What is the worst first date you've ever been on?
So this is like pre-AOL, I believe. This is when people still use message boards, dial-up modem. I had just gotten this computer literally in my mom's basement. And I'd just been hanging out on this message board, and there was like one female on this message board. A never-ending onslaught of getting hit on by like computer nerds. I was in a rivalry with another computer nerd over this person that I'd never seen or met. This is when it took forever to download pictures. So she wanted to go on a date with me. So I meet her at this apartment complex, and she wanted to go to a movie. So we went to a movie, and on the way back from the movie, someone was tailgating us. And she goes, slam on your brakes right now.
I love that.
We could split the insurance money.
What a bad bitch.
Bad bitch! It's an insurance scam. And then, like, we were going fast.
This is the woman you married, right?
I know. This is the one that got away. It's the one that got away.
That's a Bonnie and Clyde story.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you slam those brakes on?
Hell no.
Oh.
No, we went to the grocery store. We went to the grocery store, and she used food stamps to buy artificial crab. So we went. By the way, back then I was kind of like, "This is amazing!"
Yeah.
Like we're like sitting on the floor of her apartment, eating artificial crab, in the second floor of her apartment. When an unknown man standing in front of her window starts like, "Hey, hey!" And she's like, "Just ignore him." That's it. That's all I can remember.
And what, you blacked out from just trauma?
You know, things like that, like those, like it's like little memory bubbles in my
I
mind,
know.
and I'm afraid to like go to the next bubble sometimes.
There's
you know?
there's a significant half of my life that I just don't remember because it just traumatized me, and I think that our brain protects us, just blocks us off.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness,
And
I
it's
can't.
all gone.
Uh-huh.
That trauma, it's just gone.
Probably a significant amount of drugs and spirituality and going into another dimension would bring it back to me. That's probably why I don't do them. I don't want to remember.
Yeah, you don't. Just sweep it under the rug.
It's just dumb.
It'll never show up later.
Main course questions. What do you feel is the key to a good relationship?
It's got to be communication.
Yeah.
100%. It's like you have to somehow be able to communicate with each other, and both of you have to be willing to hear the other person's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, for me, the moment I'm unwilling to recognize that we all have our own subjective reality tunnels, then I get caught up in trying to be right.
Mm.
And, you know, which is, you probably are right in the sense this is your reality tunnel, and everything you're experiencing around you is your mind. So in that sense, you're right. In your ideas of like what this person has done to upset you are right. But also the other person's ideas of what you might have done to upset them are right, in the sense that these are just two merging parts of the multiverse disguised as people.
Yeah.
And so communication is like harmonizing those two, I think.
I feel like in a conversation between two people, one person is always right and the other person is you.
Yeah, that's a good tattoo, man.
No regrets. What if you're at dinner with someone and they're completely sober and they don't drink alcohol whatsoever?
Yeah.
And you're not sober, but you're not like a raging alcoholic. You just want to have a cocktail.
Yeah.
Do you withhold and just meet them at water? Do you have a drink?
I don't think that's fair for them. I think like people who are not drinking, to add to the pressure of not drinking, that suddenly you have to subscribe to whatever their particular abstinence policy is not fair for them. And also, like if you're starting off your relationship with someone by like instantaneously trying to chameleon yourself into something you think they'll like, you are in for trouble down the road, because they're just gonna be like, oh cool, they don't drink, this is great. And then, but you love to drink. You love to drink. You love to peep. You love to get hammered and go look through windows and wear adult diapers and go to furry conventions.
Yeah.
But you're like, but you're like, I'm totally normal. You've got bags of ketamine in your pocket.
Yeah.
So that's not a good first date.
No, it's not.
No.
Do you trust a sober person?
Yeah, I do. I trust, you know, one of my friends told me something that I think about all the time, which is you can trust people to be who they are. You can't necessarily trust them to do what they say. And once that's brought a lot of peace to my life, you know, because when you recognize, oh, this is who a person is, they're sober. And they might be, you know, right now in a period of their life where they're not easy to be around because they're sober or whatever it may be, yeah, I still trust them in the sense you're doing your thing right now. You're sober. I mean, yeah, I don't have a problem with trusting people generally.
That's good. What is a deal breaker for you?
A deal breaker?
A deal breaker, something that is a hard no when dating.
I mean, somebody who says they don't like babies, kids, if somebody like spouts out some of that edgelordy weird shit, it's like, you don't like kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't like the
Like
source
they don't like
of,
tiny people.
like, what the fuck? You don't like the source of humanity on the planet? Like, you're like a droplet of water in a fountain that is being flung into the void and is aging as you go. But you don't like the younger droplets of water. And also, when you have kids and you see older kids around younger kids, they are mean to the younger kids. Like, there's an elitism to a 6-year-old. When they see a 4-year-old, they'll be like, go away, baby. And it's so fun. It's so like, you're 6.
Yeah.
You're not in the Illuminati. What are you fucking doing? Like, it's a playground. But so when adults do it, it's the exact, they just never got past that.
Yeah.
I don't like babies. I don't like kids. Like, why? How could you not like kids?
I feel like people don't like the problems that kids come with sometimes. Like,
Fair
people
enough.
don't like that kids scream on airplanes. And when people who don't like kids think about kids, they're not thinking about the joys in life that they come with.
Yeah.
I think they're thinking about how much work that's going to be, the amount of money that's going to cost, all of the time that's going to get taken away from them. And I think that you have to become more of a selfless person.
Yeah, it means it could mean a bunch of things, but I do think that wrapped up in that could be a little bit of like self-obsession or a general idea that you are going to be the thing that really changes the world. Like, I think a lot of people are like, I'm the thing. Like, this is my life, my career. I'm going to do it. It's so like, it's like it's like an ice cube melting and like, I'm going to be the best ice cube.
I feel that way when I go to the gym. I'm always
God.
like in there and I'm like, today's the day that I'm going to just absolutely crush it. I do like 10 minutes on the elliptical and I'm like, I need a taco.
Yes.
I can't.
Yeah.
Do you ever get jealous? Do you get jealous easily?
Yes. I used to, not as much anymore. And that is a red flag. But yeah, I used to get jealous and it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up.
What makes you jealous? When someone flirts with your wife?
Okay, let me be a little honest with you. So, like, yesterday, flowers. My wife is very close to giving birth. Yesterday, flowers have been delivered. Now, my wife's upstairs. I'm looking at the flowers. There's no message. It's just flowers. I just want to illustrate how this is why I try to have some kind of spiritual practice, which is, there's nothing special about that at all. It's not romantic. It's like really just like to mitigate my neurosis. But so my mind immediately is like, wonder where those flowers came from. Like, who the fuck is sending flowers to my wife when she's about to, like, what guy do I think is like, hey, I'm just going to send you some flowers and just not put my name on it and just fuck with your whole family. But that's the first presentation. That's what my mind will do first. And then I have to recognize like, okay, that's just a thought. I know that's not real. It's just like a bubble of sewage rising up from my subconscious. But yeah, it's from my mother-in-law. But so that's an example of like, now when those thoughts emerge, I'm much better at not believing them. But in earlier phases of my life, I was being dragged around by my mind. So I couldn't surrender to the basic reality, which is like, if the person you're with wants to be with someone else, you have to let them. What are you going to do? Hold them hostage? Is this a hostage situation? I thought this was romance. Like, what's going on here? They want to be with someone else. They don't want to be with you as much as they want to be with someone else. Deal with it. Like, you just have to surrender. That's good for both of you. I could never pull that off. Like, I was always like, the not being able to deal with, like, yeah, it didn't work out. They're into someone else.
Do you consider yourself very romantic?
I don't know. I think I don't know. That word is really I do think it was when my wife and I met, it was very romantic. And I think in the beginning of most of my relationships, there's like some true romance that happens. And but sadly I've noticed that in not the romance goes away, but I've noticed that over time it kind of like transforms into something that isn't quite as sparkly as
Right.
it is in the beginning. And that sparkly quality is so beautiful and addictive. And it's why Romeo and Juliet, like imagine if they didn't kill themselves. Like do Romeo and Juliet long-term relationship 15 years later. It's not going to be as interesting a play.
Yeah,
because
they had to die.
for it, yeah, or the credits roll in the romance movies, and everyone's dancing at the wedding or whatever.
Yeah.
Cut to 4 years later. 4 years later, when like the housing market's fucking up and the mortgage, you know what I mean? Like cut to 4 years later. I don't know what this lump is.
The real estate agent comes in, totally destroys their relationship.
Yeah.
She's the mistress.
Yeah. I mean, all of this stuff.
Sounds like Austin.
Oh my God. This is the reality of human life is that we are lured into very difficult situations by the sparkliness, and we get in the difficult situations, which I think it's a teaching, it's a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
It's the guru, it's whatever you want to call it. It's your chance to get an advanced class in human existence. And then you realize, I don't want to take that fucking class. Like, I just want sparkly and easy and soft. And it just, at least in my experience, it's not like that.
What is your relationship like with your parents?
Well, they're dead. So it's not.
That is not funny.
But I was trying to make it funny, and maybe it failed. All right. They don't all hit the bullseye.
Gosh, I'm sorry. What? Well, let's move on. From that
Why? You mean move on like they did?
No, they moved down. We're
How
moving
dare you,
forward.
down?
I mean, unless you had them cremated.
What? Oh, I thought you were talking about hell.
Conversation is.
You saying my parents are in hell?
I don't know.
What
You seem,
fucking show is this, man? Your parents are in hell.
hope you had a good relationship with them here on Earth.
Oh, I don't know if I did. But, maybe I'll try to break into hell and free them.
Oh my goodness. Well, did you have a good relationship with your parents before they died?
God, yes and no. I mean, it's like shit. If I'll tell you red flag. If you ask someone, did you have a good relationship with your parents? And they're like, yes. It's like, oh yeah, you really did. Like the whole time it was all great. Teenage years, all of that was good. It was good in the sense that there was love there through the entire relationship, even though if the love was covered up with confusion or as a parent, my parents didn't have any like artists, performers in their family. So to have your child run off to LA and then be like, I'm going to be a comedian. You're just like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Seriously? Like, that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. Statistically, that's not going to work. The probability of it working is so low because we're your parents. We know you're not funny. Like, how do you think you're going to be able to be a comedian?
My parents were the same way.
Right. So that's going to create real problems in a relationship because, I think the real, and I will be thinking about what I'm about to say probably in the future. The real challenge of parenting is like, you have to let your kid fail. You have to let your kid pursue the thing and like open the space for them to do it. And on every level, not just like, okay, great.
Right.
You're going to be a comedian. Wonderful. Go ahead. But inside you're like, oh, fuck, man, this is going to be really bad for everybody. You have to figure out the entire spectrum of allowing them to be who they are. Kids are dangerous. They'll jump off of anything. They'll run right at a pit bull. They don't know that's the last thing they'll see. So you, as a parent, you have to like be the role of parent, but also you have to like connect with your kids like at a deeper level than like you're my
Yeah.
kid and I'm your dad, and like allow those two things to happen simultaneously. So yeah, I think that's the trick. I don't even remember what question I was answering. These martinis are strong.
They're so strong.
What if I wake up and I'm just talking to a garbage can? I thought I was on a podcast.
Look, I'm trying to tell myself that I'm not trash every day.
You
so
are
you're not
not
going to wake up to talking to a garbage
I
can.
didn't mean it like that. I meant like my worst fear is all of this is some hallucination, and I come to, and I'm just like, covered in filth. Like, and then I talk to Rob. No, there's a lizard. There's my lizard friend.
Oh man. I'm gonna go to my dessert question.
Okay.
What is the sweetest thing you've ever done for someone that you've been with?
Okay. This is so. I was talking to my wife about this because I was thinking it was when I proposed to her, but she's like, no, that wasn't it at all. And she told me that, and again, like, I think if you want to see a real red flag, it would be me being like, I'll tell you the sweetest thing ever. Like, I know that. I don't know. I hope I've done sweet things. I'm very neurotic. So when they sent me that question, I'm just like, fuck, I'm an asshole. I don't know. What have I done for anyone? I mean, Jesus, am I a black hole? Am I just some like swirling black hole of narcissism? I've never done anything really sweet, or can you be sweet to anyone? But my wife was telling me that after our kid was in the NICU and we, had to come home, and, she was saying it was like I gave her a bath and was washing her hair and helping her take her bandages off in the bathtub. And she said that was the sweetest thing. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it's the little things, I don't know.
But I think that shows a level of care and help. And I mean, you're going into bringing another life into the world and being with your wife and helping her. You're talking about bathing your wife, right?
What do you think I was talking
or the
about?
child.
The child was in the NICU.
Yeah.
I was bathing my wife. It's
That's
weird
what
when
I
you say
thought.
it like that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I was giving my wife a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She probably needed your help.
she did. Yeah, she did. And I get that was sweet. It's easy to think you got to do some spectacular thing. I always
You
forget
don't.
that. Yeah, it's the little things.
What's the sweetest thing anyone's ever done for you?
I mean, that's a question that
I gave you a free drink.
motherfucker, you did. I love it. Not you, motherfucker, but motherfucker, a drink. Like I'm a biker. The sweetest thing. The sweetest thing anyone has ever done for me. I'm going to tell you. And it's really, I will try not to cry. You want to know the sweetest thing anyone's ever done for me?
Yes, I do.
So, you asked.
I did.
Okay. So, wait, do you mean significant other or in general in life?
I want whatever story you were about to cry about.
Okay. I'm not going to cry. No, I've had that part of my brain cut out recently. It feels so much better.
Dang it.
I mean, feelings are really a kind of like the appendix of humanity. Once we get rid of feelings, I think we can.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah, feelings are the first
Put
red
that
flag.
in all caps, team.
Feelings are a red flag. So my mom was very close to dying of breast cancer, and when I was like, one of the things you do as a parent, you wash your kids' clothes,
Mhm.
and so I had to leave. I had to go, and so she was so sick, cancer. So I can remember anyway, I went to the laundry room and she'd wash my clothes. She was on oxygen, but she'd gotten out of bed and washed my clothes. It's
Wow.
yeah.
When
I
she
know- I
was
know-
not able to.
No, it was the most beautiful on every level. It was very beautiful because it was it was just demonstrating what true, like I know it's so, speaking of simple things, I mean, obviously it'd be no big deal in any other situation, but something about like that way of saying goodbye. I know it sounds ridiculous. I didn't even want to wash my clothes, and no big deal. Obviously, I didn't ask her, hey, Mom, there's an oxygen tank in the
No, you
laundry
didn't have
room. Can
to.
you wash my clothes?
Yeah.
It was this sweet, like, all mothers are like the same mother in the end, like, and so it was like that. It was like the demonstration of like, yeah, I'll do anything I can for you, even when I'm about to die.
Wow. Well, that's really beautiful.
Thanks. Sorry. I shouldn't have done that one. Should we do a different one? I did
Why
clothes on a
not?
cancer bomb? Washing clothes on your funny podcast?
Not everything has to be funny. I mean, I think that honesty sometimes is more important than being funny. And the fact that your mom did something like that for you, which is the sweetest thing for you that someone has done, makes sense why you would bathe your wife, because it's an act of service.
Yeah.
Which is another love language that I always love to talk about on
Service?
the podcast. Well, just love languages in general.
Yeah.
And so I think that's acts of service seems to be very important to you, and a love language. Would you say that acts of service, doing things for other people and people showing you love through?
I am desperately encumbered by my own selfishness. And so the only way I have found, all the psychedelics, great, whatever, you still like recrystallize as yourself. It's like a spider makes a web. Like you might be able to like destroy your neurotic, convoluted, freaked out, traumatized, self-absorbed web with this thing or that, but it'll always grow back. And that's your karma. So I've noticed that when I'm able to clamber out of like my own neutron star level of selfishness and help other people, that I experience like an immediate remission of that situation, which is a very pathetic and painful place to be.
Well, my
Selfish.
little black widow, I am here to tell you that you have a very big heart.
Thank you.
Yes. But on that note, let me recap your red flags. So you show
Oh
up
my
late.
God, it's going to be an hour podcast.
You seem to be a little lazy showing up late to dates, but that's okay.
You mean to this one?
You're late to this podcast.
Yeah, I was late to this. That is a red flag.
I guess that is my red flag. You jealous?
What?
You're jealous? You can be jealous sometimes?
I used to be, but if you want to like do like past jealousy issues, mild jealousy issues, now I'll accept the red flag.
But now you're better.
I think I'm better now, yeah.
So balance is great. Communication, those are 2 green flags. And then you did say that you don't need feelings.
What?
You said that you don't need feelings.
As a joke.
I don't care. I'm
And
just
that's
kidding.
a red flag? I give you a red flag.
I take shit too personal.
Red
That's my
flag
red
on
flag.
you.
My red flag for sure.
Yeah, no, feelings are really bad.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, I mean, no, I think feelings are wonderful.
Yeah, until you catch them with the wrong person.
Yes, right.
Would you come on a second date with me?
Anytime. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Hare Krishna. Cheers. Is me saying Hare Krishna a red flag?
No, because that's you being your authentic self. Where can people find you?
You can find me at DougAtrussell.com, or you can watch my show on Netflix, The Midnight Gospel. And in September, this show I'm on, which is really funny, that Dan Harmon made, called Crapopolis, is going to be on Fox. So
In September.
September, yeah.
Cool. That's my birthday month.
Yay!
I can't
when?
wait.
Wait, what day? What?
The 15th.
My wife's September 11th.
Oh, really?
Isn't that wild?
Virgo energy.
Virgo energy.
Love
Yeah.
that. Well, thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for
I can't wait to
having
have
me.
you back.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means the world to me. Thank you. What a wonderful show. You're such a
Yeah.
great host.
Thank you. And thank you guys for watching another episode. We'll see you next week.
First date, baby.
Are you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date.